Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at Carpe Noctem Films, Midnight Radio. Let's start with tonight's premiere story, titled 5 After Midnight, an original story written by Buster Benefield. We begin in a dimly lit radio station. Posters of rock bands and old vinyl records adorn the walls. The clock on the wall shows 11:45 p.m. The room is filled with the soft hum of equipment and the occasional flicker of fluorescent lights. DJ Jason, early 30s, charming and witty, sits at the console, adjusting knobs and speaking into the microphone. He has a confident smile and an easygoing demeanor. Jason leans and speaks into the microphone. "All right, you night owls, it's your favorite DJ, Jason, keeping you company through the witching hour. Got a request, a dedication, or just wanna chat? Hit me up at 5550199. Let's keep the good vibes rolling." Jason leans back in his chair, taking a sip of coffee. The phone rings. He grins and picks it up. "You've reached Jason on the midnight hour. Who's this?" "Good evening, Jason. I have a confession to make." Jason raises an eyebrow, intrigued. "A confession, huh? Sounds juicy. What's on your mind, mystery caller?" In a voice calm but menacing. "I've committed a few crimes, and I'm not done yet." Jason's playful demeanor falters slightly, but he keeps his cool. "All right, buddy, if this is a prank, it's not funny. But if you're serious, you should call the police." "I'm very serious, Jason, and I chose you for a reason. You're going to help me tell my story." Jason's eyes narrow, his curiosity piqued despite the unsettling nature of the call. "I'll bite. What's your story?" "Well, let's see. One was last night, in a quiet little house on Maple Drive." Jason's face, a mix of intrigue and concern. Jason leans forward, his playful demeanor now replaced with a serious expression. The room feels colder, the hum of the equipment more ominous. "Well, mystery caller, I'm listening. What's your story?" "Yes, well, as I was saying last night, on Maple Drive. Such a lovely place, but a place full of shadows. I did what I always do in the shadows." Jason's eyes flicker with unease, but he maintains his composure. "Maple Drive, huh? What happened there?" "A family. Innocent, unsuspecting. They never saw it coming. I watched them, Jason. I watched them for weeks." Jason's grip tightens on the phone, his knuckles turning white. "You're saying you hurt them?" "Oh, I did more than that. I made them see their worst fears. I made them beg for mercy." Jason's face pales, but he forces himself to stay calm. "Why are you telling me this? What do you want?" "I want you to be my voice, Jason. I want the world to hear my story. And it starts with you." Jason glances at the clock. It's 11:55 p.m. The night feels endless. "If you're serious, you need help. This isn't a game confessing to murder." The caller whispers. "Oh, but it is, Jason. And you're my favorite player. Now, listen closely." Jason leans back in his chair, trying to shake off the unease. He forces a skeptical smile while sipping his coffee. "You know, this sounds like something out of a bad horror movie. I'm not buying it." "Oh, Jason, you think I'm lying? Let me prove it to you." Jason rolls his eyes, but there's a hint of doubt in his expression. Okay, then go ahead, Mr. Killer. Convince me. Remember the family found in their home in New Orleans last month? The police said it was a random hacking up of a family. But it wasn't. I made them watch as I took their lives, one by one. And the band playing in the street made it magical. Do you like jazz, Jason? Jason's face tightens, the skepticism fading. That was all over the news. Anyone could know those details. True. But what about the couple in Biloxi? The ones found mutilated in their luggage inside their car, parked by the beach? The police never released the details, but I can tell you exactly what happened.
We interrupt this program to announce a special bulletin. There are reports of giant amphibians coming up from the earth in upstate New York. Everyone is advised to avoid the area if at all possible.
Jason speaks into the phone. Go on. I followed them from the bar. They were so happy, so in love. I waited until they were alone. Then I struck. I made sure they felt every moment of their fear. Jason's face goes pale, the reality of the situation sinking in. Why are you doing this? Why tell me? Because, Jason, I want you to understand. I want you to feel the fear they felt. And I want you to share it with your listeners. Jason glances at the clock. It's 12:05 a.m. The night feels darker, more oppressive. You're sick. You know that, right? You need help. Oh, Jason, the night is just beginning. Stay tuned for more. Jason's face is pale, his hand trembling slightly as he holds the phone. Suddenly, the station's internal line rings. Jason glances at the blinking light and reluctantly answers. Jason here. Jason, it's Mike. What the hell are you doing? Get that call off the air now. Jason glances at the main phone line, the killer still on hold. Mike, I think this guy is fucking serious. We need to hear him out. Plus you guys are getting rid of me in November. Jason, I don't care. I'm your boss, and my boss has already called me and said to get it off, so get it off. This is a radio show, not a confessional booth for shit like that. Cut him off now. Jason hesitates, then makes a decision. He hangs up on the station manager and switches back to the main line. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Jason leans over and locks the door as the security guard walks up. Jason, you're trying my patience. Don't put me on hold again. I don't like being ignored. I'm here. I'm here. We are on the air. Just tell me what you want to tell me. I want you to understand the gravity of the situation. I have a young woman with me right now. She's scared, Jason. Terrified. Jason's eyes widen, his heart pounding. Do what? Where? What are you planning to do? That depends on you, Jason. If you don't put me on hold again, she might live to see another day. If not, well, you can imagine. Jason's mind races, trying to think of a way to keep the caller talking while figuring out how to help the woman. I'm listening. Don't hurt her. Tell me more about your story. Good. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The couple in Biloxi. They thought they were safe, but no one is ever truly safe, are they, Jason? Do you feel safe? What about the folks out there listening, and the ones driving in their cars tonight in the dark? Do they feel safe? Jason's face is tense, his eyes darting around the room as he listens intently. That couple in Biloxi thought they were safe. They parked by the beach, enjoying the moonlight on a little red blanket. I watched them from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment. They had wine, and when I snapped her neck. He never saw me until then. Jason interrupts, his voice shaking. You sick bastard. Don't interrupt me, Jason. Remember, I have the girl. One wrong move, and she suffers. Jason clenches his fist, his knuckles white with tension. All right. Just don't hurt her. Keep talking. Good. As I was saying, I waited until they were alone. They were so happy, so oblivious. I made my move, and their happiness turned to terror. He got to watch me play with her heart while holding his own intestines in. Jason's anger boils over, his voice rising. You're a fucking monster. You think this is some kind of game? Oh, Jason, it is a game. And you're playing it perfectly. Suddenly, a muffled scream echoes through the phone. Jason's eyes widen in horror. What was that? What did you do? Just a little reminder, Jason. She's here with me, and she's very scared. Jason's face contorts with rage and fear. You son of a bitch. If you hurt her, I swear to God. Careful. Jason. You don't want to make me angry. Now, let's continue, shall we? Jason's face is tense, his eyes darting around the room as he listens intently. You know, Jason, everyone has a moment that defines them. For me, it was when I was just a kid. I witnessed something that changed me. It changed me forever. Jason's brow furrows, his curiosity piqued despite the fear. His coffee cup empty. What are you talking about? I was at a playground. There was this boy, a bully. He shoved another kid off the slide. The kid fell, hit the ground hard. The bully laughed and walked off. The kid was hurt very badly. I watched it all happen. I stared at that kid. He was twitching and moaning, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Until I got to try. Jason's eyes widen, a sense of dread creeping in. Why are you telling me this? Because, Jason, that bully, he never faced any consequences. He just walked away, like nothing happened. But I never forgot. It inspired me, showed me how fragile life is, how it can have a ripple effect that comes back to drown you. Jason's face pales as the realization hits him. No, it can't be. Oh, but it is, Jason. You were that bully. You shoved that kid. You ruined his life and mine. Now, it's your turn to feel the fear. Jason's heart races, panic setting in. You're lying. Who the hell is this? This is some kind of sick joke. No joke, Jason. Just the truth. And now, you're going to pay for what you did. Jason's breathing becomes rapid, his mind racing for a way out. Please look, just let that girl go. This is between you and me. Oh, Jason, it's far too late for that. Jason's face, a mix of panic and desperation. His eyes darting towards the studio window where the security guard was standing. There's no sign of him. Jason's heart races as he tries to keep the killer talking. Okay, look, you got my attention. Just keep talking. Tell me more about why you're doing this. Oh, Jason, it's simple. I want to make people feel fear, to spread the breath of death. And right now, there's a young woman here who's about to learn that lesson. Jason's eyes widen, his desperation growing. You don't have to do this. Just let her go. We can talk about this. Oh, but I want to do this. You see, Jason, she's so scared, so vulnerable. I can see the fear in her eyes. It's intoxicating. Jason glances at the studio door, hoping the security guard will appear. Still no sign of him. Please, let her go. You don't have to hurt her. Oh, but I want to. I want to hear her scream. I want to see the terror in her eyes as I. You sick fuck. I swear I'll. Jason's face contorts with rage and fear, his voice trembling. You'll what, Jason? Call the police. They won't get here in time. No one will. Jason's eyes dart around the room, looking for anything that might help. Just keep talking. Tell me more about why you're doing this. Oh, Jason, you're trying to stall me. I can hear it in your voice. But it won't work. The girl is mine, and there's nothing you can do about it. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoes through the phone. Jason's heart stops, his face a mask of horror. Please, don't hurt her. Too late. Jason. I believe this game is over. Jason's face is a mask of horror and desperation. He quickly dials the front desk, hoping to reach the secretary, Kelly. Come on, Kelly, pick up. Pick up. I need someone to call the cops. The phone rings, and Jason's heart sinks as he hears the ringing on the killer's end. The killer's sinister laugh echoes through the line. Hello. Kelly can't come to the phone right now. She's bleeding to death. Jason's face contorts with panic, realizing the killer is in the building and has Kelly. You're fucking dead, you bastard. Fucking dead. Where are you? Closer than you think, Jason. Much closer. Jason slams the phone down and rushes to the studio door. He grabs a bat in the corner and flings it open, only to find the security guard lying lifeless on the floor. His heart pounds as he looks up, just in time to see the killer. Jason screams, "You motherfucker!" The killer strikes Jason in the head with a blunt object. Jason crumples to the floor, unconscious. The killer steps over him, walking calmly to the flashing switchboard. He flips a few switches, and a haunting song begins to play over the airwaves. The killer looks down at Jason's lifeless body, a satisfied smile on his face. He turns and walks out of the room, leaving the eerie music to fill the empty studio. The end. Thank you for joining us this evening here at Midnight Radio, presented by Carpe Noctem Films. To submit your story to be played on Midnight Radio, just send a message on YouTube, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night to all from Midnight Radio.